Welcome to the Best Damn Podcast, brought to you from I Music and Podcast Studios in downtown Boulder City. This is your host, Jill Lagan, CEO of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce. In each episode, we will highlight what makes Boulder City, home of the Hoover Dam, the ideal place to operate your small business, explore world-class tourism attractions, and discover why we are the perfect place to live and unwind. Today is a fun day with somebody who absolutely loves pets, and I am so grateful for the love that she has that she can now share here with Boulder City. So today we're here with Michelle Carroll, and she is the current owner and brand new owner of Boulder City Critter Sitter. Thank you. Hey.
Hi, Jill. Thank you so much. So happy to be here. Very excited.
We're glad to have you. I am so grateful for this business here in Boulder. We've needed it. This is something we do get phone calls on, just like house cleaners, babysitters, and landscapers, as well as pet sitting. So it's such a needed service.
It's a passion of mine. I love being with animals. I love making sure that people, when they go out of town, right? Because every time you go out of town, you just obsess over your baby.
That's right.
Right? Are they okay? Are they fed? Are they able to go potty?
Yes.
All of that. Are they safe? And one of the things that I love is to be able to give these people assurance that you can go to work, you can go out of town, enjoy your vacation, and know that I will take care of them and love them as if they were my own.
I absolutely love that. And we've recently been discussing, my daughter's thinking about coming down for a visit, and my youngest daughter's getting married, and we're planning on traveling to California. And so she's trying to find that exact service up in Colorado Springs, and she's really struggling with that. And so we've actually contemplated having her just bring the dogs down here, hire you, and then we can not have to worry about it. She's more comfortable with that whole idea. So that tells you.
Happy to help. It's a huge service, and it's a big difference too that I'm certified, licensed, insured, bonded. So that means that even though I'm coming to your home, all of your protections are taken care of. I've got first aid, pet emergency aid, CPR. I've got animal behavior, and then anybody else that I hire onto the team also has to be completely certified.
Wow.
So if I'm starting to slowly build, I've hired 2 independent contractors who help me out because we're actually starting to get double booked.
Oh my gosh, yay for you.
Yay for me. But they're under my contracts, they're under my insurance, they're under my bonding, but I don't let anybody work for me unless they're fully certified as well. So we now have a certified critter crew.
Wow, your critter crew.
My critter crew.
That's exciting for you.
It's
you
very
have
exciting.
really been working hard to get to this place, and so I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
I would imagine that all those certifications, this isn't just, this is a passion project, but you have really taken this to the next level. This is a much more professional, this is a business. This isn't just a hobby. This is something that all of those certifications, all of those expenses, you've invested a lot of money in this.
I've invested fully licensed, city, state, county, all of that. And I'm continuing the education. So there's always additional certifications, additional pet behavior, pet training, pet health. So I did do a lot to get the certification, but you can never learn enough. There's always more to learn. I also do pet nutrition. So I'm interested in all things animals, all things pet.
And so you had just shared with me before we started recording that you're in an apprenticeship.
Yes, I am apprenticing to a wonderful lady named Sabrina Smiler from Summerlin.
That's a mouthful. Sabrina Smiler from Summerlin.
And she was voted in 2024 of the best of a trainer in Las Vegas.
Wow.
And she is amazing. And so she's teaching me, and I'm working with her. I'm helping her doing training workshops in Summerlin, these 6-week training programs, which we're also going to bring here. I'm so excited here to Boulder City.
Yes.
It's probably going to be one of the parks here, and just talk to Parks and Rec, and I think we've got it pretty much situated, just going to finalize the dates. And it's going to be a 6-week training on all of the basic commands, the sit, stay, here, come here, leash walking.
Oh, great.
We'll throw in a couple of tricks and just make it a complete thorough, complex, everything you need to know how to do basic training and be able to walk on the street, how to greet people, how to have your dog greet people when they come to your house, when you're
Oh.
walking at a park, if you come across a dog that's off leash and comes running at you, basically how to handle all situations in public and around the house, all of that.
Well, so first of all, I predict that the Critter Sitter will be the best of Boulder City #1 trainer. So I see that in your future. But I also was thinking when you had said that you also handle animal behavior, you just described some of that, how to handle it when an off-leash dog approaches you or your pet. I would imagine even nervousness when they've separation anxiety. I would imagine you have to deal with that when you're taking care of them. So how do you train on that? What kind of a certification do you go through?
So there are training certifications, and there are different types. The one that when I'm working with Sabrina, everything that we do is positive. So we're not using shock collars. It's all positive reinforcement. And she's the best I've ever seen of just, it's all love and there are treats, and it's just having the dog react to you and focus on you and just working with all of that put together. And some of it is,
Interesting.
it's a lot of patience. And then most of it is honestly training people. It's training the people
Yeah.
on
How they
on how
respond.
to respond to the dogs and giving the owners the tools that they need to be able to work with the dogs.
So I find that fascinating because here I'm thinking it's all about educating the dog, and really it's about
It's all-
educating the owner.
80% of it, 90% of it, 80 it's all about the people. Because it's also, we can show the dog, but if the owners don't continue on with it and don't practice and repeat and stay consistent, right? Everybody in the household needs to stay consistent. If you've got one person following the proper way, but then everybody else is not, then that'll just confuse the situation. So,
Right.
and it'll be great too, because then I can incorporate training into dog walking, in when I'm sitting. But again, I can work with the dog all day. And
Yes.
I need to be able to work with
The adult.
the adults, the family as well, to follow through.
Yeah, I probably the biggest culprit in my house because I have a cat that adopted me. It was a stray, it still is a stray, but it would come in my doggy door after our dog died. It would just keep coming in the doggy door, and it has adopted me, and it knows I'm the one that's going to feed it and take care of it and love it. And so everybody else is like, don't feed that cat and don't take care of that cat. And of course, I got suckered into it.
Of course.
Because it loved me.
Of course.
I
And we're
know.
humans, and there are babies, and we love them, and they look at us with those big eyes, and then we melt.
And then they train me.
Of course.
That cat has definitely got me trained, even in the middle of the night, waking up to feed it. I'm telling you, I need to learn a lesson. I need to go to your class. Can I go to your behavior class, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would imagine in your line of work, it's like the thing that we've all done from the time we were kids. You have pets, you have dogs, you learn how to take care of others and how to be responsible. But I would imagine in all of that, it almost is like a hobby. It's like something you just love to do. It gets to be fun. But you, as a professional, you found a way to turn this into a business. In all of those times, have you had an aha moment that made you realize it was time for you to do this?
Back in California, I managed the operations to one of the largest dog training schools, boarding facility and training schools for about 3 years. And I loved every minute of it. And my entire life, I've sat for people's animals because it was just fun to do. And so anytime somebody went out of town, happy to do it and come over. And I've also had tons of tech jobs. I'm very nerdy, computery. So when I got laid off from my tech job, I was trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I want to do that makes me happy? And it always came back to animals. It's when you're with dogs, when you're with cats, when you're with any creature, that's when my soul is happy.
Oh, I love that.
And I'm not a young kid anymore, right? So I just want to, you always hear it's the happiest yours when you find something that you love.
That's right.
And that's at the end of the day, that's what I love. I just want to be with them. The more I'm with them, the more at peace I am with them. And then just the realization that I can also, every time I sit for people, because one of the things that I love to do the most is when people are out of town, I overwhelm them with pictures and videos.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here's your cat sitting. Here's your cat playing. Here's your dog rolling around. And I'll do videos to about the fifth or sixth day till the pet owners are kind of like, okay, we get it. We get it. we know they're okay. They're taken care of.
We love you already.
But every single time when they come back from their trip, the first thing they say is, we loved those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Those pictures and those videos just showed us how much you love them and how much you took care of them. You can see that they're happy.
Right.
Their little tails are wagging. I've got 2 dogs, 5 cats right now.
Oh, my goodness.
And one of them is this little Chihuahua that when I first met her, wouldn't come near me. It's just super nervous, super shy. And then as the sittings just kind of came over, touched my finger, ran away.
Yeah.
Came back, touched my finger for 2 seconds, ran away. And we just kept doing this and doing this and doing this. And 3 days ago, I'm sitting on the couch on the computer, and she comes up to me and sits on my lap.
Oh.
And for the last 3 days, every time I sit down, she's in my lap. And I just started crying.
Oh.
I'm going to do it now.
Oh,
it
how
was
sweet.
and it's just those little things of being able to gain the trust.
Yeah.
And then I took a picture and I got to show. So the first thing I did was send it to Mom.
She's here.
I'm like, look, she's here in my lap. How cool is this? And
That's
it's
sweet.
stuff like that, it's situations like that.
Make it all good.
Yeah, because you form this connection, obviously. And here, the funny thing is, to me, the animals are the clients.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
Right? The parents are just the coordinators that I work with. I love the parents too, but it's the
Payment vessels.
The animals are my clients. They're the ones that, have my ultimate loyalty, and the ones so when I kind of win one over like that, it's a huge moment. So to be able to do that on a regular basis as a living, as a job, is the coolest thing ever. And then when I'm able to incorporate the training into it too, they'll just take it to another level.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I love that you're so happy and find so much joy in this job.
I love it. It's
What
so
a
much
cool
fun.
thing. So have you had, I would imagine, with the animals that you've worked with, do you do just dogs and cats, or do you do like ferrets and bunnies?
Critter Sitter.
Yeah.
That's why it's Critter Sitter, because we do everybody. In fact, Angie, who's one of the girls that's on the critter crew, she's got about 40 critters of herself, of her and her boyfriend. They've got everything from snakes and she's got toads and bearded dragons and spiders and everything. So she's actually my exotic expert.
Yeah, that would not be me.
Yeah, no, I sat her critter crew when they went out of town, and I did everything except the spiders, and I didn't feed the snakes. I watched the snakes, but I didn't feed the snakes. But we do literally every kind of animal that we have that's out that is available. Rabbits. The certification that we did covers dogs, cats, birds, exotics, all of them.
Oh,
so
wow.
the certification isn't just for dogs or cats as well. It does cover all of it, which was pretty nice. But I have my all animal expert on the crew, so I'm happy about that.
That is pretty awesome. So I would imagine now with Boulder City Horsemen's Association and the corral that we have, which, by the way, I love this statistic, but that arena and that corral are the oldest arena in the state of Nevada.
Really? I had no idea.
Yes, it's that historic. Yes.
That is awesome.
Oldest in the state. And so important, so valuable. And I mean, so many years and years of history and love for animals. But there used to be geese out there that when we were kids, because I lived across the street, we used to go over all the time. And this goose one time chased my dad, and my little brother and I were cracking up laughing. But I can imagine you probably have had some interesting exotic animals or experiences with animals like that.
We have Angie more than me, but I've taken care of horses in the past, and they're all. Who doesn't love horses? And our mounted police, God love them.
Oh, I know. I
God
agree.
bless them all. They're amazing. So, yeah, but all animals.
That is very cool.
All animals.
So have you had a funny moment in any of these experiences that you are able to share? There might be some that you aren't.
I had one recently where, in fact, it's the same house with the 2 dogs and the 5 cats. The first time I sat for them, the first night I came, and all of them are just super friendly, and they're all petting and in your face and all everywhere. And so I went, okay, got 7 animals to feed. So changed into my PJs. Okay, I'm going to go and help everybody. Then went to bed. 2 of the cats came and slept with me, and they just cuddled, and everything was great. I'm getting ready the next morning, and I've got to be someplace at 6 a.m, and my bra is gone.
Oh, no.
It is gone. And I'm going, okay, I know it's here because I had one when I got here. And I'm running and I'm tearing it all apart. I'm like, what the heck? And okay, I don't have time to figure this out because I still have to be where I have to go. So at 5:30 in the morning, I run home back to my house, slam the door open. Brandon, my boyfriend's just asleep.
What's
And he's
going
like,
on?
what the heck is going on? And I run past him, go, cat stole my bra. I just grabbed him another one and ran out the door. And he's just looking at me like,
What the heck?
What the heck? So that's never. And then when I went back to the house, it's on the kitchen floor.
Oh, they had
Completely.
just drug it through the house.
Well, the cat stole it. The dog chewed it up.
Oh no, I'm
So
sorry.
it was a
Total
team
loss.
effort. It's a team effort. So now, needless to say, when I'm there, nobody comes into my room.
Or everything goes back in
And
your suitcase.
Everything gets put away, good, because they've taken my keys, they've taken my pen.
Really?
Yeah, the cats they're pretty funny.
Now, we had ferrets that would steal everything and
Oh,
take it and hide it in their little corner in their cage. But yeah, I have never had a dog or maybe shoes, but
No, that was the first one. No, they take my shoes, so I hide my shoes. Or if I'm not wearing them, they get put away. They're always gone. But yeah, I didn't think a bra on the bed would be just disappearing. But yeah,
that is awesome.
And I never thought I would say those words, the cat stole my bra.
I did not think those words coming out of your mouth either. So that is awesome. I'm glad I asked that question. Okay, so you and I have had a little bit of a discussion about how we celebrate this new business and what you're going to do to make that happen. So do you want to tell me a little bit about maybe some of your thoughts, your plans that you're working on for ribbon cutting?
Sure, absolutely. So one of the things I'm passionate about is the animal shelter and wanting to help adopt out as many animals as possible. In fact, one of the main reasons I want to get into training is so when somebody does adopt a dog from the shelter, I can work with them for free, give them a few lessons for free, and help them acclimate the dogs into their household.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure that, because so many people adopt a dog or a cat because, oh, they're so cute. Same thing, right?
Yeah,
they looked at you with those big, beautiful, melty eyes, and you just go, okay, you're mine, and they pick you.
Yes.
But then when you come home, you find out that the dog is chewing up stuff and is barking and maybe has separation anxiety and all this frustration, and the people don't understand why. So my job that I want to do is be able to help train them, and it's mostly the people again, right? It's mostly people that you work with and not versus the dogs, but make sure the dogs are acclimated or comfortable in the house so they don't get given up again. So the owners don't get frustrated in a month or two and go, I made a mistake.
Yeah.
I can't handle this dog, and then put him back into the system. Right. So I'm really passionate about that.
Because that's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking. And before we talk about the ribbon cutting, one of the things I wanted just to communicate to people is so many people don't realize that the best way, the fastest way you can get your dog to stop chewing stuff and barking, most of the time is because they're bored.
Oh.
They're bored. They're not getting enough exercise. They're not getting enough mental stimulation. So even if you have a doggy door and they get to go outside and potty, they need to be walked. They need walking. It's good for them mentally, physically, and it helps. First off, they get to go out and be dogs. They get to smell everything on the planet, which they absolutely love
and pee
to do.
on everything.
I get to pee on everything and mark everything, but it's just a whole different world, the mental, physical. And that's one of the things that we do. If you don't have time to do it, let us help. Let us give those dogs the stimulation that they need, and you will notice a difference. If we tire your dog out, if we run them, we walk them, and we wear them out, guess what? They're going to come home, they're going to want to eat, and then they're going to sleep.
I never really thought about that, but you bring up a really valid point that if they just haven't had that interaction, that stimulation, it makes a lot of sense. We've always had doggy doors, let the dogs just run, but I can imagine physically going on a walk, and I bet the routine of it all probably as well.
Absolutely.
You go for a walk, you have dinner, you go to bed, right?
Absolutely.
I would imagine.
Absolutely. But
just like
dogs with the
children.
pent-up energy,
Yeah.
that's when they're looking for what can we destroy because they've got nothing else to do. But if they're out and they get worn out and they get to say hello to everybody, I just did these beautiful 2 cream-colored Goldens, and I'd walk them through downtown Boulder. And they're stunning dogs, but they just became ambassadors of the town.
Show dogs.
They showed up. Everybody came up and said hello and pet them. And oh my God, the dogs loved it. The people loved it. So I let them come through, be their welcoming committee. And then I took them on a nice walk.
Right.
Right. And got them some exercise. And then they didn't want to go home. They were having so much fun. But then as soon as I said, okay, dinner time, they turned into sleigh dogs and just dragged me back. And they knew. And then guess what? They ate. And then they passed out.
Right.
Which
exactly.
was the whole point. So
yeah.
Anyway, so that was about walking. But as far as the ribbon cutting, I'm partnering with Huevos Avenue, who,
Smart
as
people.
everybody knows, they're phenomenal. Alex and Jenny and the whole team. The food is phenomenal. And so I'm going to be partnering with them to either be able to do something on site or have them cater. But I want to turn it into an animal adoption event. Want to reach out to the shelter and either have, if they could bring out some pets to be adopted, or if we could hold it at their premises, but also reach out to all of the business owners in Boulder City who are pet related, the vets, the groomers, have them all come out and basically have a community pet event.
I love it.
Where, come on out and meet your groomers and meet everybody here that we all work with animals. We all love animals. We all want them to thrive.
Right.
Anybody who adopts a dog or a cat on that day, I will personally give them a $100 gift certificate to use for whatever they want, be it for pet sitting or for walking. Please be walking. Let's get them walked. But for whatever they want to help, again, get the dogs and the cats acclimated into the home.
I love that.
But just to turn it into, so still working on the details and trying to get it to work. So coming soon. But I think so it's not just highlighting us as Boulder City Critter Sitter, but turn it into a community animal pet event.
I love it. And there's so many opportunities for pet owners to be able to come and find everything in one place.
Exactly.
Right? So by not having enough of those types of events, what a perfect way to highlight everybody, partner with everybody, and be a one-stop shop that makes it easy for those pet owners.
Exactly. And I would love for all of us business owners who are pet related, even if we're competing with each other in some way, I don't care. The goal is happy pets, happy, healthy pets. You get happy, healthy pet owners or happy pet owners.
And it's a quality of life issue.
It's quality of life. And the longer the pets live and the happier and the healthier they are, the better it is for all of our hearts and all of our souls. And it's just, and Boulder City is such a wonderful community where we all help each other. And that's one of the reasons I love this town so much is let's help our pets.
I agree with that.
Let's just come together and do whatever we can to keep our pets happy and healthy and adopted and trained so they're not barking and jumping and hurting anybody, and just make it a happy little perfect pet city.
They're an extension of us, and so it makes a lot of sense that we're good to each other and good to our neighbors, and so why would you not also want to be good to your neighbors' dogs and all of our own dogs?
Yep.
So what is something that people may not know about you? What's something I need to know a little bit more about Michelle? What's something
me
about
per
you?
se, I love football.
You love football?
I love football. I'm a huge Green Bay Packers fan.
Oh, my goodness. I did not know that.
Huge Green Bay Packers fan. In fact, Brandon bought me, I'm a certificate holder. I own a share.
Well, there you go.
There you go. So I own a football team.
Oh, my gosh. You are a
I'm
nut.
part owner of a football team. But yeah, that's a big I love football. So I'm bummed that they didn't get into the playoffs this year. But yeah, so there's that. And the other thing that most people didn't know about me was that I really wanted to get into training.
Oh, that's
into
really
the dog
cool.
training. That was something and I've been looking for so long for a way and an avenue to do it hands-on. You can go online and find 1,000 different dog training. I didn't want to do it online. I didn't want to watch videos. I wanted to do it hands-on. And so I put it out in the universe. Literally, I went on to Vegas Facebook groups.
Okay.
And said, I'm a professional pet sitter, professional dog sitter. I really, really want to learn hands-on. I'm looking for a professional trainer who's accomplished and skilled. And then I just
Wow.
got voted #1 best trainer. You want to apprentice for me? Let's talk.
Well, that's so cool.
And we met, we hit it off, and I watched her train, and I've seen her reviews, and she's amazing. And I've already learned so much from her. But that's been most people didn't know
Didn't
that that's
realize that.
the
Have
biggest.
you found a way to merge your tech skill set and your talent there with your pet loving?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
made my own website.
Very
I
good.
built my website.
That's
I'm doing
awesome.
all my own social media marketing. I'm doing basically everything, SEO. It's
Wow.
all of that stuff. I
Good.
haven't had to outsource. I can do all of that myself, which has been, and I think the website came out, not, pretty nice.
I love your logo. So I would imagine that it saved you a lot of money, that startup cost.
Yep, absolutely.
Great.
Saved a
Yes.
lot of money. And to be honest, we've also, because it's Boulder City, had so much support and help. And anytime you need somebody, okay, go to this person, go to that
Yes.
person, go to this person. And so
We
it's
all
been,
know.
and I'm part of Boulder Business Development.
Oh, very good. Yes.
So obviously member of the chamber.
Yes.
Would not do anything without being part of the chamber, but also BBD. So they've been really supportive and helpful as well.
I can imagine they are such a great place to springboard your ideas and brainstorm and then support you through the process of developing it. And yeah, they're a
Absolutely.
phenomenal organization with great leadership.
Absolutely.
And so, what was your first job?
My very first job was when I was 16. I wanted to buy my own car, or I wanted my car, and my parents said, well, you can do it, but you have to pay for it.
Right.
And you have to pay for your own insurance.
Ooh.
And I'm like, okay. So I got a telemarketing job
Oh,
at 16, and I was selling vitamins, hermetically sealed vitamins over the phone to people all over the country. And
really?
for whatever reason, I did really well. And
They
people
liked you.
they liked me. They bought, and within 3-4 weeks, I had earned enough to buy. I got a 1975 Pinto before they all blew up. But once I got the car and I was really excited, I hated doing the job.
Oh,
I really hated it because I was taking advantage of people.
yeah.
I was selling ridiculously overpriced vitamins to people who were buying from me.
Yeah.
And I was
They
getting
trusted you.
who trusted me, and including seniors from all across these nice, really sweet little old people who were just buying because they were nice, and it broke my heart. And I realized that at the end of the call, all I wanted to tell them is, hold on to your credit card. Please don't give me the number because I don't want to take it from you.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I went, okay, I can't do
You
it.
didn't believe in it.
I didn't believe in it. And so by the 5th week, I was gone.
Well,
I
I
couldn't do
find
it.
that fascinating. And yeah, it doesn't sound like something that I would have interest in, but I would imagine there's some great salespeople. And it sounded like you had that skill set, but you were also too honest and had too much integrity.
If I can't believe in it, and I realized that because I tried doing different types of sales stuff when I was young, and if I didn't believe in it, and if I couldn't look you straight in the eye and say I would use it myself or I would do this myself, then I couldn't do it.
How many of the influencers that they have out there today that are trying to sell you a product because they're putting it on their face or they're doing the exercise with it
Yep.
or whatever? I wonder how many of those influencers actually truly do believe in it, or if they're just doing it for the
money.
yeah,
For the money and the accolades, all the likes and the follows, and
yeah. I don't know.
probably more than we would like to admit.
Yeah, I fear that be the case. Okay, so one of my favorite questions to ask people, because it tells us what's going on inside you, is what's your favorite book, or what book are you reading right now?
I'm reading a book right now. I'm blanking on the name, but it's basically how to not shoot your dog.
Don't shoot the dog.
Don't shoot the dog.
The art of teaching and training.
That was it. Thank you. I blanked on the name, but I just started it. But the whole premise is you can influence behavior without having to yell, without
Okay.
having to shout, without having to shoot your dog,
Yeah.
without having to be mean. To be able to achieve what you want and do it in a kind, loving, positive way. But the beauty of what that book is what she's trying to tell you is you can also take the same skills that you learn to use with dogs, you can also apply them to people.
Does it work for teenagers, though? That's the question.
They're a whole different species.
I would imagine that is a very interesting book, and isn't that interesting that you can then turn that around and utilize it,
In negotiations,
yeah, in
right? In
human nature?
interpersonal relationships. And
Mm,
again, you don't have to yell. You don't have to, get into an antagonistic argument or a
right.
fight. But by positive behavioral interactions, you can still achieve what you're trying to. And so it's all about positivity and love and openness. So it's pretty cool. I just started reading it, but it's fascinating.
So as you were describing it, you know who popped in my head?
Hmm.
Brandon. Brandon has a very calm demeanor about
Yes.
describing things that are a problem, and he likes to talk about the solution and how we get to ending or resolving an issue.
Yes,
But he
absolutely.
has such a calmness about him, and he usually always has a smile on his face. And so, as you were describing that, I was literally thinking of Brandon.
And he has been huge, such a huge help because he's my sounding board.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because he's so logical and
Yes.
he's so great with so he plays devil's advocate to every idea that I have.
And he's an entrepreneur, so
and
he
he
totally gets
and
you.
he gets it. And so he's had great ideas and he's really great at giving me some
Hmm.
great suggestions and just go, okay, maybe don't do it that way, try it that way. And so now rely on him continuously. And yeah, but that's exactly who he
Yeah,
is.
I totally thought of him. So, where are you from? Are you from this area?
No, like most people, I escaped from California.
Okay.
We came from Camarillo,
Oh, yeah.
which is beautiful. The only thing I miss about there is I miss the weather. Beautiful
Mm,
Mediterranean weather, 15
yeah.
minutes from the ocean, and that's about it. I've got some friends out there that I go out and see every now and then because I do miss them or they come out here. But
Oh, that's great.
coming from from LA to Boulder City, when I always tell people my favorite stories in LA, nobody says hello to you.
Hmm.
People ignore you. You walk on the street. If you try and look at them in the eye, they just look away, and
Oh, no.
they want nothing to do. Nobody trusts anybody.
Hmm.
And then I came here to Boulder City, and the first person I met was Diana Musgrave.
Oh, right. She
And
definitely told you hello, didn't
oh,
she?
she not just
Yeah.
said hello, she introduced me to half the town. She's the one I do the pet nutrition, I do the mushrooms
Yes.
just like Diana. She turned me on to that and has helped me. She was one of the ones who, when I was doing pet sitting and she knew how much I loved it and how much the animals, said, no, you could be doing this.
Yes. Oh, I'm so
This
glad
is
she
perfect.
encouraged you to go
She
that route.
She's been amazing. But
Yeah.
so she introduced me to everybody, and this is where you get your hair done. This is where you get your nails done. This is where you go to get your car done. And the next thing you know, I'm walking in Albertsons, and people are coming up and saying hello. And then on the street, and I've never experienced this
Mm.
before. And when I've said anything like, I need help with this, boom, there's 10 people trying to
Oh,
help.
that's
Or
awesome.
I need help with whatever. They've got people there. And I just fell in love with this place. I fell in love with this town and the people and the spirit. I love volunteering. Uh, I love being a bold business development. You're also part of the Lions Club.
Oh, that's
Um,
right. That's right.
right. And so I
Walter.
helped with the fireworks booth last year or the year before and helped Denise with the veterans flags at the park.
Oh,
And
such a fabulous program.
there's so many things. I was in the Christmas parade. I was my first time on the Christmas parade. I was on the BBD float.
Oh, that's right. I did know that. I saw you.
Yeah,
Yes,
I was
yes.
there. And there's so many cool things to do and give back and help. Like Brandon's volunteers at the senior center doing the coffee,
Yep. He's a coffee guru.
as he is a coffee guru.
Yeah.
So it's just, I fell in love with it. And I'm so happy to be here and be a part of this town and to now be a business owner in this town, to be part of the chamber, to be part of Boulder Business Development. And I have my own sign.
Yes, you do.
Because I have a streetscape. I've adopted a streetscape. So
I saw that.
I cried when I saw that.
Isn't that a cool program?
That is such a cool program.
It's
So
because we're a cool city.
there's a sign in front of Southwest Diner and one in front of the DWP building. That's the other thing I want to do. I want to start next month, maybe like every couple of months, organize. I want to reach out to the churches and the schools and get kids together,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like teens, young adults, to come out and do afternoon of cleaning our street, right? Give back to Boulder
Oh,
City. Let's get people involved, get the youth to, this is the city takes care of us. This is how we give back
create
and
pride.
turn it into an
Mm-hmm.
event,
Mm-hmm.
right? Get some kids some pride and maybe have a couple of the businesses there, maybe support them and
Yep.
maybe throw a pizza or some sandwiches at them because we're on their street
Right.
and clean. So try it again. Everything I do, I want to do as much community involvement as possible. So even something as maintaining a street,
I love it.
let's turn it into a thing.
Yeah.
Whereas be proud. I'm so proud of being in this city and being a part of it. That let's have the kids join and let's
Mm-hmm.
have the businesses join because if then all of it and just turn it into
Because it belongs to us.
it
We
belongs
need
to
to
us.
protect it, take care of it,
Take care
have
of it.
pride in it. And so, you know what? Thank you, Michelle. You are awesome. Your ideas are awesome. You're such an asset to Boulder City, and I've already expressed such a need. You're filling a need that we all have had and didn't even know how to fix it. And so you are that solution.
Thank you
And
so much.
I'm very excited for you to be an entrepreneur in our community.
Thank you, Jill. I really appreciate it. I'm very, very excited and happy.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This episode of the Best Damn Podcast has been a production of the Boulder City Chamber of Commerce, brought to you from I Music and Podcast Studios. Please check out all the links and social media handles on our website as well at bouldercitychamber.com. You can find the Best Damn Podcast on all your favorite podcast directories. Like us and share on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Until next time, discover, explore, and unwind in Boulder City.